Hello, welcome to this ninth edition of this Mentoring for Entrepreneurs event that we organize annually. And this year we thank all the business mentors that are here on site, or the more than 200 business mentors that today are connecting also online. So we have about 1 hour to learn from experts, from other business angels, from other mentoring networks in the world about their best experiences, and we also learn from our experiences in the evolution of our mentoring network here in Madrid and also in other countries. So I'm going to start. First of all, I would like to introduce you to Miguel Carretero. He's the manager of the mentoring network, business mentoring network here in Madrid. And he will be presenting very shortly, same as I will, the evolution of the network in this last year. So I will present just a few slides, and then we will start with the first roundtable, which is a roundtable of experts in mentoring. The second roundtable will be with some mentors, some mentees that will tell you about their experiences and about the results of this mentoring network. So thank you to all of you, both, as I said, both online and on site. This presentation is just to show you what's the situation or the evolution of the mentoring network in the last year. Let me check. Yes. Well, as you know, we are all very proud of being part of this international network, which is the only international quality certification of mentoring for entrepreneurs, based on the ethics, commitment to quality mentoring, etc. And well, it's based on the experience, let me check, on the experience of the madri+d Foundation on the accreditation area. For a long time, we are the accreditation agency here in Madrid. Well, we are now more than 700 business mentors in the world, with about more than 200 business mentors in Latin America, and the rest, about 480 business mentors mainly in Europe, but some also in some other countries. Well, many of them, more than 200 are in Madrid, but as I said, more than 200 are in Latin America, in Europe, more than 400. And these are the goals of the certification. As you know, we have 3 main goals. These 3 main goals are to validate knowledge and skills for being a good mentor for entrepreneurs, and giving the most value from your experience. The second is to have to follow quality certification standards based on the ISO certification, the international certification standards, and also to facilitate the international exchange of experiences and methodologies to improve the impact of your business, of your mentoring networks in your countries. Last year, just to finish, we have developed 9 certification goals. The first one was for European mentors of the Enterprise Europe Network. It was on site here in Madrid. We had also 2 very interesting new calls in Brazil, with about 30 business mentors from Brazil, supported by CNI, by la Confederação Nacional da Indústria de Brasil. Also in Chile, it's a very consolidated partner, the UST, La Universidad Santo Tomás, with an excellent also group of mentors. In this case, the 3 certifications were online, and we also organized other 3 certification calls here in Madrid, 1 of them on-site, 2 online, for international mentors that could not attend other certification calls, so they connected our calls here in Madrid. So, as I said, we have 119 new mentors this year, and 1 new partner, which is the CNI, as I said before, la Confederação Nacional de Indústria de Brasil. So, this is just to finish. I would like to mention something that was in our email. We will send you an invitation to participate in a program that we organize here in Madrid called Deep Tech Madrid, for inviting you to be not only mentor, but to be founder or to be the CEO or of a deep tech company for which we have a team of researchers that are looking for somebody could be expert and who could be willing to lead and to organize the commercial activities, etc. So in a few, maybe in 2 months, you receive an email from us with an invitation. So in case you like, you have the time and you have the motivation to be a CEO of a company, we would also like, even if you are in Spain or not, we would also like to invite you to be a CEO and to lead this group of researchers, which not always have these management skills that they would like. So I finish with this, and I give the floor to Miguel Carretero, who will show you some data also about the local business mentor network here in Madrid. So thank you very much, Miguel. Okay.
Good afternoon. I'm Miguel Carretero, as Eduardo has introduced. I'm the madri+d network manager, mentoring network manager. Okay, and today I just want to give you a brief information about the numbers of the last year of the mentor network. Okay, just to introduce, in the last year we have held 3 events between where we try to attract some startups from the Comunidad de Madrid, okay, from the community of Madrid, and we try to create this match with the mentors of our network, okay. In this point, we have supported 23 new projects during this year in these three calls, okay, in these 3 presentations. Nowadays, we are managing 28 projects from different calls, okay, not only these last 3 calls, I mean the active projects. And in the last year, we have closed 10 projects. I mean, 10 projects have passed the process of mentoring and they have finished successful their project, okay, their idea, their mentor with the mentor. In addition, the last year, we have joined to the madri+d network, mentoring network, 13 new mentors. You have here the picture, okay? Well, you know that all these mentors are bringing a lot of expertise to the network, so it's quite interesting, and thank you for joining us. And finally, here you have the detail of the different startups that have participated during the 3 calls, okay? Maybe you have some familiar logo of these companies. In fact, we have later two panels with some of these startups, with Cardi and Robinson. Okay, that's the brief introduction about this last year. Okay, and now I would like to move to the next panels. As Eduardo said, we have today 2 panels, 2 interesting panels. The first one is related with the experience of some international mentor networks. Okay, where we'll listen and we'll know about 4 different mentor networks, okay? And we'll have 2 representative online and 2 presential, okay? And after that, we'll have the second panel where we heard about the experience, the successful experience of 2 startups that have been mentoring in our network, okay? So, yes, here. Here, the first panel, let me introduce the 4 persons who will be participating first. Gabriela Freitas, she is joining us online. Gabriela is analyst of trade promotion from the CNI. She is in Brazil, okay? We also have Mariana Marquez, a senior innovation consultant at Eura, and they are managing the program from the EIC Tech Transfer Venture Builder, okay? Also, Eva Curto is here. Please, you can join us. We can start with the panel. Eva is Director of International Projects in the EOE, okay, in the Foundation EOE. And also Pablo Ramirez, Manager of Móstoles Business Incubator, okay? Yes, sure. You can start. I'm not sure if we'll see Gabriela, the face, okay? We can move. Hello, Gabriela. How are you?
Hello, good afternoon.
Okay, good afternoon. So the idea will have this for the representative of these networks, and the idea is that we'll have 5 minutes per each one. So we'll start with Gabriela, and first, thank you for joining us, and we'd like to know a bit more about your network. Okay, if you can explain more about your program, your goals, your main challenge. Okay, and just to know your expertise and also the information that you are adding to the market. Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much, Miguel. Good afternoon, everyone. It's a great pleasure to be here with you. And today I'm delighted to present our project, the project that CNI, the Brazilian National Confederation of Industry, has designed. And I will explain how Madri+d has helped us to achieve our goals in this program. The program is called Global Women Mentoring Program, which aims to increase the participation of women in international trade through comprehensive mentoring programs. So the Global Women Program is designed to support industrial companies led by women in navigating the complexity of the international market. So our goal is to provide both collective and individual mentoring to help those companies to develop effective strategies for their internationalization, meaning we help them to reinforce their e-commerce strategy, their marketing strategy, and so on. And by the end of the program, each and every one of them who has participated on the program, they will receive a business action plan that they are supposed to put in practice. And Fundación Madrid+d training was very instrumental and equipping our mentors to have the skills and knowledge necessary to guide our mentees effectively. So the international certification that we have received from Fundación Madrid here in São Paulo has added a very, how can I say, a credibility and security for reassuring the participants in the Global Women Mentoring Program that I mentioned, that they are receiving a guidance from certified professionals and with the highest standards, of course, of mentorship. So I think regarding the trends that that the mentoring can bring for us, there are some some aspects that are particularly relevant for the future, and I think Madri+d was very aligned with our goals and to keep up with the trends that are now globally on. So, for example, digital transformation. So I guess virtual mentoring has become more accessible and more flexible. So in our program, we have this mentoring program for women, designed for women, and we have this, the entire program is online. So they have the opportunity and the flexibility to be joining the meetings and the mentorings, receiving the mentorings all online. So it also allows some mentors that are not nearby, geographically speaking, for example, in Spain, to give mentoring for someone in Brazil. So that's very important for us. And I think we are very aligned to Madri+d in this sense. And also personalized mentoring, so specific needs for specific needs and goals for each and every entrepreneur participating on our programs. It's very important, so we understand individual challenges and providing customized solution for them. This will enhance the effectiveness of mentoring programs as well. And last but not least, I think inclusive mentoring is something very important that we have to pay attention. And that's the whole idea of the Global Women Mentoring Program, which tackles the idea to give mentoring and support women that are trying to go abroad with their business. So I think that's it, and I would like to thank you, Madri+d. It was very important to have this network and to become with this network in our project and for us to achieve the success.
Okay, thank you so much, Gabriela. So you can validate that the impact that this business mentor certification for you has a huge impact, and it was quite important, as
Of
you are
course, yes.
explaining in. And just to finish, anything any experience, any learning that maybe you want to add to finish your interview, your participation?
Yeah, actually, I would like to add regarding this specific program that we have started last year. Now we are planning to have like a second cycle of the program, and the feedbacks that we have received from those businesswomen is that they were facing some challenges to put in practice their business action plan, for example. So as a solution, we have designed this year to make mentoring sessions, and after right after the business sessions, we would like to have a trade mission or a business action for them to put in practice what they have learned during the mentoring. So I think maybe this is a gap that maybe we might face in mentoring, because they learn something during the mentorship, but for them it's a challenge to sometimes to put in practice what they have learned. So I think the lack between this, the time between those things, they have to narrow the gap for them to put in practice actually, and use the mentoring as it should be.
Been a milestone really, because I think it's the first real professional, well-designed program to give mentors a practical tool that they can actually use in their real mentoring thing. After that, I think professors are more comfortable going to mentoring, because at the beginning, before we knew this program, we actually had this website ongoing, but it was very, very difficult to get professors and get people with knowledge within the university ecosystem system to get involved into this mentoring, because they don't know what mentoring is about, and they are afraid of failing. So after they take this course, they really know what to do. They know what to expect. They have the tools, they have the guidance, and they have a recycling system that is going to provide them with new knowledge, with new experience, and is going to feed also all the experience of the other mentors that are in the network. So I think from the training, to now, they feel more comfortable. We get more mentors into the network, and I think it's all positive. It's a good
Okay.
experience.
And in your opinion, and also maybe in your experience, with your experience, what aspects do you think that could be interesting to add or to be considered in the future in this kind of mentor network?
Well, mentoring is complicated. I mean, by definition, mentoring should be free. I mean, just there because you want to help people. But sometimes people need a reward. So not only an economic reward, professors might also need a recognition for their work. So you can build your career with all this experience that you are providing to others. And I think for the university world, is good and is useful to have this certification, official certification of the things that you are doing, of the transfer that you are doing with entrepreneurs. If we can design a tool to get all this experience, these contacts regulated and officialized, so they can provide certificates to the people at the university, it's going to be better for us, easier.
Okay. Okay, perfect. Something else to add, just to finish? Do you want to share some experience, concrete or?
Well, at the incubator, we handle many different types of business, or not really business, startups and people with ideas. No? We have a very transversal and general point of view of entrepreneurship. So myself, I'm not a technological mentor. I am more a transversal mentor. And all the way through the different markets and specializations, and at the very beginning, steps of the entrepreneurship. So that's what we have learned, and that's what I think if we could have some kind of specialization in the training, so to provide you with the specific tools that you are going to apply at every specific stage of entrepreneurship, might be also a good idea. So you will have specific mentors that you would get involved depending on how mature is the business. So this will be, actually I think the market auto-regulated, but if we can push that and we can more tools and more specific training, it would be nice.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so thank you so much for your experience, your ideas shared with us. Okay, okay. So now we moved with Mariana Marquez. Okay, another participant who is joining us online. Okay, Mariana is working, or the company has helped to create the EAC Tech to Market Venture Building Program. Okay. And now we'll listen their experience, their opinion, just in order to learn a bit more of this program. Okay, Mariana is operational and communication manager for the EIC Tech to Market Venture Building Program. Okay, and now Mariana, hello. Okay, perfect. Now we can see you.
Hello, good afternoon.
How are you? Okay, so please, could you explain a bit more about this program, how it's working, and what is the contribution that you make for create or to boost this program?
Yes, of course, Miguel. Thank you. First, let me thank you for the invitation to be here today presenting our experience at the IC Tech to Market Venture Building Program. Just to present you what we do. This is a program implemented by the IC, the European Innovation Council, and is part of their business acceleration services that are provided by the IC to support its beneficiaries, meaning the projects that have already received funding from the IC. In our case of the IC Tech to Market Venture Building, our target group are more early stage projects that are, for example, still in the university lab, and but that have very promising technologies that have already been identified and received the seal of approval of the IC, if we can say it like that. And the main goal of the program is to provide these projects with free and also tailor-made venture building services that we hope that can contribute to help these projects potentially found new spin-offs and startups that can bring their technologies, their very innovative technologies to the market. I can also add that we started the program last year in January 2023, so we have been running for almost a bit over 1 year and a half now. We have onboarded until the moment 142 project teams coming from more than 20 different European countries. So we are very happy to be working with all these projects. We have delivered more than 60 feasibility assessment reports, patentability studies, and also freedom to operate studies to support these project teams in their roads to market. And maybe I can add just as a final point that makes us very happy that we have already supported 4 teams that have moved for incorporation since joining the program, which is really the main objective of the program with these projects.
Okay, perfect. And what about the mentors? I think that you are working with external mentors. So we would like to know a bit more. How are you managing this part, and how is the recruiting process, and how you can filter what kind of skills are you looking for this kind of mentor?
Sure. So when it comes to our external mentors, we work mainly at the moment with markets and business experts that can do mentoring in this area. So we onboard them to cooperate with us on validating the business ideas and business models of these projects that are enrolled in our program. And I mean, besides this work, we really believe that it's very important for the team members to have this time to interact directly with these more experienced people that sometimes have already created more than 1 or 2 startups in cutting edge technology fields so that they can not only provide support in validating the market potential of these projects, but that can also provide concrete advice on how to better tackle the market and also to adapt according to their circumstances in order for their future business to sort of live up to the potential of their technologies that are already top of the line in Europe. Regarding the recruitment of these mentors, so we have a call for expertise that is ongoing. It's published in the IC community, where anyone interested in cooperating with us in the Tech to Market program can submit their expression of interest by filling this application form that we have. There we request some details about the mentors' profiles and their experience, their CV, so pretty standard information. Then we gather these profiles in a database where we go to find the people that are more suited to work with us on a certain activity or with a certain project. So we always try to make this very tailor-made to the needs of the projects that are currently taking part in the program.
Okay, perfect. And finally, with your experience as a program manager, could you bring us any recommendation or any tip about the format or content of these programs, of this mentoring?
Yes, so from our experience in the Tech to Market Venture Building program, as we are working mainly with early stage entrepreneurs, most of them actually are researchers or are coming from academia and are professors, so they are just starting to enter this entrepreneurial path. I would maybe highlight 3 main topics that seem really to stand out in terms of their needs when working with these experts, these mentors. So I would say that is very key to offer them advice on team building, talent managing, hiring practices. So developing their leadership skills, because really putting together a cohesive team is definitely a key aspect when they are trying to create a new venture. Then the second point I would highlight is support in the creation of their go-to-market strategy, because most of these entrepreneurs, they are just giving their first steps on the market, dealing with business topics. So they really need some guidance with this. And then my final point would be in preparing these these teams regarding funding and investment, because this is key for all of the companies, but especially when they are trying to launch a new company. The initial capital to start a business is very important. So it's very key that the mentors really prepare these teams in terms of creating a good, solid pitch, in terms of preparing them to present in front of investors, working on funding rounds. So I would say these would be my three main topics that are really important to work with our mentors in the program.
Okay, so thank you so much, Mariana, for your contribution, and congratulations
Thank you.
also for your activities. I think that you are doing a great job. Okay, so we move to the last participant in the first panel. Okay, we are with Eva Curto. I said to now, who is Director of International Projects of Innovation, Entrepreneurs and Circular Economy areas of the EOI. Okay, so today Eva will talk us about the BRIC project. So please, we want to know a bit more. What is this concept? What consists this project? Okay.
Thanks, Miguel. Okay, so the BRIC Fellowship has been a program funded by the Next Generation Fund in the EU with a budget of 8 million euros that has attracted in 2 years 1,000 women entrepreneurs from all European countries, all EU countries, to Spain. It has been quite transformative for EOI, the mentors, the host organizations, and the breakers themselves. The entrepreneurs are called breakers in the BRIC Fellowship. And in 2 years, 1,000 women came to spend a month in Spain. We have guided them for them to better know the national, regional, and local entrepreneurship and economic ecosystem in Spain. So in this sense, it has been a standard, if you want, internationalization and soft landing program, but we had 2 pluses. One, it has been a fellowship. Fellowship, it is not very easily translated into Spanish. It's more than a community. So fellowship means that we are guided by very, very strong values on sisterhood, collaboration, and mutual support. This is one. The second plus, which I think was, I don't know, pretty innovative if you want, and it brought a lot of added value, is that we wanted to capitalize the talent of these women entrepreneurs that came to Spain so that they can help to solve local challenges in our country related to industry, tourism, energy transition, social entrepreneurship, rural development, avoiding brain drain in rural areas. So it was like a giving back. Our surprise was that they were super happy to give back. So, you know, and at one point you might think, will they want to, you know, participate in open innovation sessions with local stakeholders and give back? They were super happy to do that. So it was like a twofold or a bidirectional sense. They received the mentoring and the training, but they also could give back to the local communities that they were hosted in. So we're talking about 1,000 women that came in 2 years in big groups. First, there was a big event in Madrid with, you know, 300 women, and then next day they would split all over the country in groups of 15, 20, and there they would spend several weeks in entrepreneurship organizations located in small towns and even rural areas. Why? Because with the BRIC Fellowship, we wanted to address 2 gaps. The gender gap in the EU entrepreneurship ecosystem. Here I see a little bit the gap. And second, the territorial gap in Spain. That's why they wouldn't spend 1 month in Barcelona or Madrid or Malaga, but they would go to small villages and small towns.
Okay. And what were the main learnings that you took from these mentoring sessions?
So we did do two kinds of mentoring sessions. Before they came to Spain, they benefited from a 2-month online mentoring and training program with, we follow normally the agile lean startup methodology. So they had to come up with a growth plan after the itinerary. But then we did, when they were in Spain, group mentoring sessions that were very interesting. We did two kinds of sessions. First, the open innovation sessions where they were facilitated sessions where they had to help to solve this local challenge that was previously identified by the host organization in the rural area or the small city. You might think, if this entrepreneur is dealing with digital marketing, how on earth is she going to help solve a challenge on industry? But at the end of all the cohorts, we came up with a conclusion that the more diverse in terms of profile of entrepreneurs the group was, the more innovative the ideas were to solve the challenge. So that was awesome. And the second type of group mentoring sessions were the facilitated peer-to-peer mentoring sessions. Sometimes when you listen to your fellow that is facing very common challenges as yours, sometimes it's even more enriching than a one-to-one session with a mentor. So those were the group sessions we did.
Okay, thank you. And just to finish, do you want to share any experience, any point that maybe you consider quite interesting related with your program?
I was thinking early this morning about like the main conclusion. I have some notes here. First, we were talking about 1,000 entrepreneurs, so many people. So the first conclusion is that you cannot please everyone. That's impossible. So as mentor and as organization, I'm sure you agree with me, you have to deal with the fact that not everyone is going to be pleased with what you do first. The feedback from our breakers was very high in terms of, we got a 9.5 out of 10 in terms of mentoring, was fine. But not everyone received what she was expecting, of course, because we're talking about many women. And we have to accept that. Second, we outlined both in the group mentoring sessions and the one-to-one mentoring sessions, two things. The purpose alignment, so taking time with your mentor in thinking, why am I doing this as an entrepreneur? Is this aligned to my values? Is this aligned to what I really want to do? Many breakers stop their project after the break, or they pivot it, or they just change it because they took the time to stop and say, okay, is this what I want to do first? And then we outline also a life-centered approach, a regenerative approach, considering nature as a stakeholder, such as what Patagonia is doing. Patagonia, the company Patagonia, is considering nature as a stakeholder, as a shareholder. So we wanted to introduce this concept in both the one-to-one and the group sessions. Third, as for the group sessions, we saw that the informal learning spaces were more effective than the formal ones. Forest bathing, cooking together, doing yoga together. This is sometimes like a glue that helps to move the energy within the group better than formal spaces. And fourth, and I finish with this, even more than the technical knowledge acquired by the entrepreneurs after the mentoring sessions, I think what they really appreciated was the relationships and the networking and the community and the values of sisterhood that was created within the community.
Okay, so quite interesting too. Thank you so much for sharing your experience with us. So with these opinions, we close the first panel. Okay, so thank you to Pablo, Eva, Mariana, and Gabriela. And now we move to the second panel, okay, where we listen about two successful experience of two of the startups that has joined to our mentoring network, okay. First, we have Cardi with Rafael Pacheco, CTO, okay, of Cardi, Luis Dominguez, mentor also too. And online, we have the Robinson Company with Boris founder of Robinson, and the mentor Maria Luisa Castaño. Okay, are they joining too online? Okay, we can share. We'll start with Cardi. Okay, we'll listen about a bit more your experience, and after that we move to Robinson. Okay, so we have Rafael Pacheco, CTO, okay, of Cardi, Luis Dominguez, mentor and spin-off financial advisor for several companies. Okay, so we want to know a bit more about your company. What does Cardi offer to the market?
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
Okay.
I was going to ask you to hear us. Okay. Hello? Can you hear me? Yeah? Fantastic. Yeah, well, so Cardi is a software development and consulting company, and we have a flagship application. With this application, essentially our users can create and share business or digital business cards. And not only that, but whenever there's an event or a conference in a physical space, our users could also connect with other participants who, have the same similar or the same professional background or similar interests, and so that's our product. That's what we do at the moment. So,
Okay, perfect.
yeah.
And what were the main needs that you had when you joined to our network?
Well, so that's a good question. I think you're going to ask a lot of good questions. When we joined the mentorship program, we wanted to strengthen or fortify our legal framework. And also, we wanted to improve our financial projections, so to speak. But we had to take, first or our first few steps, including, but not limited to, making sure that our partnership agreement was on point, it was solid, and that all the three of us, because we're three founders, were satisfied with it. So with those three aspects, we joined the mentorship program in order to, to get some help. And, yeah.
Okay, perfect. And what about the mentoring process during this period that you have been working together with the mentor? How was the relation? How was important for you, for your company?
Absolutely. Well, so the mentor relationship, or our relationship with our mentors has been fantastic. Has been crucial, for our development. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
And some point that you want to highlight from this relation? Maybe.
Totally. So, like I said, Alessandro and Luis have been, crucial, and they've been fantastic mentors. They are good listeners. They have asked really, on-point questions and given us on-point advice. So, in the aspect of legal. Or in the theme or in the topic of legal aspect, our goal was achieved, which was to actually make sure that our partnership agreement was solid, was on point. So we were very satisfied with that. We were very satisfied with the whole experience, obviously. And in the term or in the side of financial aspect with Luis, something, I don't know how to call it, but something fantastic actually happened, because while we were having this conversation about improving our financial projections, we realized that in order to position ourselves in an advantageous way, to say get or participate in a funding round, we realized that our product, or our core product, or our vision needed to a couple of tweaks. And during that conversation, we had the opportunity or we actually found this key chance to actually improve our value proposition. And so we were talking about, I think Eva was talking about pivoting. So we decided to pivot and actually enhance our product so that we came up with that idea of connecting people with similar professional interests. And by the way, I don't think I said the name. The name is Link Person. So once again, Luis was, paramount for allowing us to come up with, that process in order to pivot and to develop that idea further. So,
Okay. So could you consider that your business approach has been improved thanks to these mentor sessions or to this time with the mentor? Okay.
Totally. We when we joined the program, we had this focus on on the very basic things, which were again making sure that our partnership agreement was solid, and all of a sudden we have this amazing opportunity to expand our value proposition, and that's definitely thanks to the mentorship program. So,
and what's the current situation of the company? What's your point today? Yeah?
Right. Well, we are implementing the advice that Alessandro and Luis kindly provide for us. And so we are developing our products at the moment. We are making sure that the tech stack is as robust and prepared as possible in order to continue capturing customers. And we consider ourselves, let's say, ready to get to the next phase and talk to investors and make sure that our clients or customers are satisfied. So,
okay, thank you. And just to finish with your part, could you recommend this process to any other entrepreneur? Do you think that really has been really useful for your company?
Of course, definitely, fantastic. I would totally recommend it. So yeah.
Okay, that's not a paid advertisement. Okay, thank you so much. So now we will see. We move to the other part of the question. Okay, so we are with Luis. Okay, Luis Dominguez. We want to know a bit more about your experience. What are you bringing to the mentoring network? Okay, and also what are the main problems from your side that you detected at the beginning of the collaboration with Cardi?
Okay, well, thank you very much for the invitation. Thank you very much for your words. Okay, when they entered the program, they were looking for a funding round. They were searching for funding, and they had a good analysis of the competition, and obviously they wanted to improve the shareholders agreement, the financial forecasts, and so on, in order to get this funding. But we started to see that maybe it could be interesting to improve or to differentiate the product from the competition, because the analysis was very good, very with details around the world, different applications with different value proposals, and little by little we get to the conclusion that maybe a bit of differentiation could be interesting. So they started to adopt this approach, this new approach, to develop a bit more the product instead of focusing on searching for funding. Okay, so they hold something very interesting right now, thanks to this conversation. No?
Okay, perfect. So on your side, what do you think that are the main strategy or the main tips that you share with them and maybe has more impact in this relation of the months of the mentoring?
Yes, they were developing the product, taking into account a good analysis of the competition and of the market. There are It's a sector very dynamic with a lot of applications, and they are proposing a digital wallet. You can create and share your business card with other people. And now they have introduced more applications. You can facilitate your networking by using the app. No? So when you enter an event, you can get in touch with people with you can share some interests, or maybe you can have something in common with this kind of people. And the application is able to promote you this kind of connections. So it's a good tool for networking. Actually, thanks to this kind of mentor sessions or mentoring sessions or process, thanks to the process, you are able to identify what maybe the product or the company as a whole could need in order to get the funding, in order to reach the viability in less time. Because the focus is to get funding. No, we didn't want to change the main goal of the company. Okay.
Okay. How could you evaluate the evolution of the company from the beginning of the mentoring, from 0 to 10? How do you think that?
Fantastic. They have got user experience with the application. They are in touch with people who are managing events in order to introduce the applications, in order to get this kind of feedback that could improve the final touch, the final details of the application. So I think it's a good approach, this way of bringing something new to the market, because they are proposing something new, unique, actually.
Okay. And in your opinion, I can imagine that you are mentoring a lot of companies, different startups, and you are collecting like several experience, positive or negative, in this project. What are maybe the most rewarding aspects that you can consider, or the most positive that?
Yes, I try to learn a bit of each or a lot actually of each company, because it's a way of to have the opportunity to share my knowledge with another companies in the future. And in each time, I have got a lot of lessons to keep, and they are good people, very honest. So they share the whole analysis with us, because we were two mentors. The other guy was a lawyer, an expert on shareholders agreements, because the network of mentors provide you with several mentors. So in this case, they needed somebody from the law point of view, and a financial expert.
Okay, perfect. And just to finish, maybe you want to share something about this process with the rest of the mentors, or maybe the attendees. What do you think? What do you consider that could be more important? We have the side of the mentee, that it's quite important. What do you think that is your position, your role, the impact that you or the rest of the mentors, obviously the process, could have in the companies?
Yes, very often the most important thing is to be a bit of a coach instead of an expert or a mentor. Very often they get to the solution. They reach the solution by themselves. You don't need to do anything special, but listen to them carefully, to try to ask something interesting, and little by little they are reaching to the solution. So it's a good experience in this point of view. So it's a good point if you have experience, obviously, because maybe you are going to reach the point within a few sessions, but they are going to reach to the point in any case. So it's a good experience in any case.
Okay, I suppose the satisfaction of seeing that the company are achieving these goals.
You can see right now what they have getting, and it's a good experience in this point.
Okay, so thank you so much.
Thank you, Luis.
You can wait here, and we can move with the second part, okay, with Robinson. We have Boris, the founder of Robinson, and we also have Maria Luisa Castaño, mentor advisor to the management of CMAT, and independent and scientific advisor. Okay, hello, Boris. Oh, sorry, Maria Luisa is here also too. No, I think she's online. Okay, so thank you so much. They told me that Boris also was joining online. Hello, Maria Luisa. Thank you. Hello, how are you? Okay, so perfect. We have the second project, so more or less the same. We want to know a bit more about your company. Okay, what is your company about? What are you doing? And what were the main needs that you had when you entered in this mentoring process?
Absolutely. So thank you so much for inviting me here today. Robinson is a startup here in Madrid dedicated to renewable energy. We want to bring the advantages of solar energy to those households that don't have a roof where they can put a lot of panels. So we have solutions for people that live in apartments or have smaller homes, which is the vast majority of households in any country in Europe. And I have a lot of experience in setting up tech companies, but this is a project where it comes suddenly to hardware. And I have done lots of fundraisers in the past with venture capital companies. But this specific project, solar energy, there is no solar energy without hardware. Somebody has to deploy panels, batteries, yeah. So our company has a huge impact, but it's a bit of a difficult case for the traditional tech VCs that prefer more software or like easier stuff, so to say. So when I founded the company, I wanted to put my experience into good use in the fight against climate change. So we went there with a lot of enthusiasm. I was funded by business angels that come a bit from my entrepreneurial background or the solar energy. And then we got a lot of calls from venture capital firms. And after the first call was, oh, hardware, no. And then I said, okay, I have to find some alternatives. Yeah, and renewable energy is obviously a very important topic. The fight against climate change is high on the agenda of many governments. The EU has put a lot of money out there to fund renewable energies. And it's so much money that as an entrepreneur, you think, wow, I just run around the street and grab it all because it's easy, no? Well, it's anything but easy. And the help I needed is to navigate this, what for me is an alternative funding world. So on one side, the various public funding forms that are out there, and there's a variety of them from many different entities. So it's a very complex ecosystem that if you are not inside, it's a bit difficult for an entrepreneur to navigate, also because you have a business to run, so the time you have is a little limited. And on the other side, I needed the same help on the non-public side to find other sources. And Luis has been a great help, like Maria Luisa was on the public side. And as an entrepreneur, I'm a sole founder. You sometimes end a bit in your entrepreneur tunnel. And my business angels help me a lot to pull me out of that every once in a while with good advice. But, the diversity of this group is a little limited. They're all tech guys and solar guys, and having two mentors with different backgrounds just amplifies the diversity of the input you get. And we have a WhatsApp group where we talk eventually and have our touch points once a month. And it was very mindful of everybody, at least of my time. I was very grateful for that. And it helped me to kind of get different perspective. Doesn't mean I agree with everything they say, but hearing how other people might see what you do helps you a lot. And of course, I got a lot of help on the specific fundraising topic, so I think we can go a bit more into that.
Okay, perfect. So I can see that you are happy with the process. So I would like, what are the most interesting parts of the process, and what about the relationship with the mentoring, with the mentor, with Maria Luisa and with Luis also? Taking into account that you were alone, okay, with this added complexity maybe to the process. How was the relationship? Maybe it was quite intensive, or they were adapting to your time?
So it was a very straightforward process. We did a first kickoff session where we identified what's the situation here, what do I need, and what can they help? And from there on, we had a roadmap, we have our touch points. It was, I think, a very good mix of just a very friendly personal relationship with these two people that I've enjoyed the time with I spent over these last months. Our calls were always instructional and helpful, but also just fun on a personal level, which, we did them towards the end of the day when you have the head full of stuff. And sometimes Maria Luisa says, "Oh, why are you looking so angry tonight?" "Oh, I have a tough day, So they help to kind of get down a little bit. And then also, the advice was extremely helpful. So for example, on the public side, which for me is something I haven't touched in 25 years as an entrepreneur, I got my first public funding with ENISA this time around, something that hasn't happened in ever. I think where Maria Luisa helped me most with was to actually what not to spend my time with. Time is a scarce resource. Again, I'm a sole founder. The day just has so many hours, and at some point you just pop over. Yeah, so just trying to avoid to try to think that there's a funding line that is just for you, but when you actually read what they write, and Maria Luisa has translated a bit to me what they actually mean with that, you see, oh no, that's actually completely not what I should be going for. So the biggest outcome on this side has been actually to just not try to apply for funding because I wouldn't have any chance to get it, and to focus my time really on the one line so far that works. Plus, she has a fantastic network. She's given me tons of intros to people where sometimes you have success, sometimes not. And with Luis, we've seen a thing on the on the private side, to find alternative solutions. And he has been a great sparring partner, sometimes to just give a different perspective. My last company I sold in the United States, I worked in the Silicon Valley, so you come with this California mindset, and then you sit in Madrid, and it's just different, And sometimes the investors you talk to have not only other dimensions in terms of money, but also like other variants. And it was just sometimes very, very fruitful to hear like how you want to present maybe your product just in a different way to connect better with the audience. So it's been very helpful for me. And I think the effect is not over. First of all, we have our WhatsApp group. I'm sure we'll keep exchanging news when things happen. But also in future fundraisers, there's lots of things that will resonate also in the next month with me as I keep talking to potential investors. And I'm very grateful for their support.
Okay, thank you. You said one key point that I think that is this friendly relationship with the mentors, okay? Because sometimes maybe there is a huge need for your company, also a mentor with a lot of experience, but if they are not connecting, maybe the process is not working. So sometimes I think that I can see you happy with the process, so I can imagine that Maria Luisa and Luis has did also did a good job. Okay?
Yeah, we discussed that the other day, I think. I mean, from my side, I must say, I'm not sure if it was lucky or if just the way it is. It was my first mentorship in this environment. I'm grateful for the Fundación madri+d to have opened me this avenue, and it was on a personal level just a very nice experience.
Okay, perfect. And what about the situation of your company today? How was the company evolved from the beginning of the process right now to now?
Yeah, it seems very far away, and it's basically 8 months ago, I think, when we started the process. I mean, we started last year, so we're really in our first month. We started to sell in October, so this is just a takeoff moment, and it's obviously very complicated, and a lot of stuff happens. So the mentors saw us from a basically no revenue situation. I just need money to, like, now you start building traction, you have some numbers, you can start to present some data, and how the data isn't worth anything if you don't know how to tell the story around it and put it into context. And the context depends on who you're talking to when you're trying to look for funding. And I am talking to different audiences, public entities, private parties, and sometimes just finding the right translation of what you want to say helps a lot. And that's where these different perspectives are very important. My business angels that all come from the VC world give me very different recommendations sometimes. And well, you see the different opinions and you can understand who is coming from where, and it helps you to navigate this ecosystem.
Sure. Okay, so thank you so much.
Thank you.
And now we move to the other part too, just in order to see what's the opinion of Maria Luisa. Maria Luisa, hello.
Hello, Miguel.
How was the process? Do you agree with Boris?
Yeah, Boris explained perfectly what has been the mentoring process, and very kind. Thank you, Boris, for your work, because it is true that our relation is more than a mentoree and a mentee. It's like a friend, no? At the end of these 6 months. So fantastic. For me, it's a very fantastic experience. Thank you very much.
Okay. And what are the main challenges or problems that did you face during the program with the company, with the process?
Well, as Boris explained, Robinson is currently in a very interesting moment, just consolidating its business model and with a very ambitious objective of growing. So in this situation, the company needs, of course, finance, and we are looking for public finance and also alternative public private private and public finance. So because we were two mentors, in the case of Luis Dominguez, is specialized in the private finance, and in my case, because I spent part of my life in the public sphere, so we organize a very good team. So this is the situation when we start just in January or February, the mentoring.
Okay, and what are the main strategies or tips that you add to the project that maybe you feel that had more impact in this evaluation of the company?
Yeah, first of all, I think that one of the main activity was develop a solid and credible strategy plan. Or improve the strategy plan that the Robinson has. It is very essential for the public support. Secondly, bodies create or build an attractive, a convincing pitch for give confidence to the private investor. And finally, we elaborate a map of potential public and private funding just tailored to the Robinson circumstances, even with personal contact of this door to knock.
Okay, perfect. And also moving to the main aspects that maybe you can collect in each experience of mentoring. What are the most representative for you with this project? What did you learn with this project, maybe?
Well, always a mentoring process is a learning experience, not only for companies, but also for mentors, because every company is different. And what mentors try to do is to use our experience or our knowledge just to help during the process. So it's like a conversation between professional people in both sides of the table, and it is a very, for me, very recommended experience, because it's also a learning process for mentors. And also we learn how difficult it is to be an entrepreneur, because every day, all the week, they are completely focused and dedicated to the company. So this is something different that we experience in our life. So it's very recommended to be a mentor of an startup. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. And just to finish, do you want to share any conclusion, anything you want to share with the audience, maybe related with the project, or maybe related with your personal experience?
Well, one thing is that when we start a mentoring process, opportunities for a company appear in this short period of time. It is important to create a project with security, confidence, and very credible scope, because opportunity can appear next year or not always during the mentoring process. This is one lesson learned. The second one is that mentoring never finishes at the end of the 6 months, because this is a relationship between friends. So we will continue with Luis and with Boris following the company and starting alert of situation that can help Robinson. So my second learn is that never finish. Mentoring never stop, because if the team is built with a strong relationship, this mentor never finish. And finally, I really recommend because even if it's your first experience as a mentor or even a mentee, it's a very interesting experience that you never found in a business school, you never found at the university, you never found in a conference, because it's 6 months of continuing just hearing, analyzing, understanding, and even entrepreneur has someone to tell problems and just to share the situation. So these are my 3 lessons learned of this process.
Okay, so perfect, Maria Luisa. Thank you so much for your participation. Thank you, Boris, also. So now we can close this second panel. We have Eduardo to close the session. Okay.
For all your presentations. Oh, it's time to close, to finish. But it's been really interesting to hear all these experiences. We are really proud. This is why we are so proud of this network, because you can show us a lot of things, how to improve the work we do every day. I would like, before finishing, I would like to, just for you to know, Rubén Linacero, probably many of you, both here, of course, and online, have talked to him, and well, he's the person in charge of all the connections, and he's a real expert in the network about for the connections. Yeah, I wanted just them to see your face, so because they have exchanged many emails with you many times. So thank you very much, Ruben, for all your dedication. And just one last thing, I would like to remind you that you have a private area in the website where you can download documents or templates. You can also connect other business mentors in other countries. So it's just a service for you. So you can do it. You just have to introduce your email and your password. So I also just want to remind you that you have this possibility, and it's used by many mentors, and it's very useful for them. So before we finish and we go to have some cocktail and some networking, I would like to invite you, the mentors, to come here with me. We will take a picture there, but I would like the people who is online to see your faces also, not only your I don't know how to say this, but please could you please come here together with me and we say hello, goodbye, and please join me, and we will go to the next place. Yes, please come here. Yes, Miguel Ángel, join me, and we finish this with your. Thank you very much. This is a big network. We are so proud that we want everybody to see them. Miguel Ángel was in Brazil. Yes, Javier and yes, and Miguel Ángel were in Brazil this year. Just to say hello and hello. Okay, we will take a more formal. Yes, please come here. Yes. We will take a more formal picture there, but just to say goodbye and see you next year in the next annual event of Mentoring for Entrepreneurs. Goodbye. Bye.
Bye.